Papa, I'm down. I can't see. Need to go.
Welcome everyone to the social van. Feeling Kyle sick of the bullshit. So here they are, reppin' C+, ready to turn every podcast to dust. So sit down and shut the fuck up, cause when in doubt, fuck your couch. Welcome everybody to the social vent. Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? This is Big Daddy Goes Deep. This is a special edition. K&B's taking a break because they have been busting his ass like a slave over there at his job. He, as you know, he's going to be he's a manager slash supervisor or some kind of fancy ass title like that. To me, he's just big head boy. He's going to listen to this, but man, fuck you. So what the hell is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a week, hasn't it? God damn. With the election coming up, Biden, Kamala, more COVID shit, save our kids, hashtag, video games, comic books, everything, man. It's just been a fucking week. Some very juicy excitement. Let's start. I want to get the bullshit out the way first. Mr. Magana, have you heard of Shudder.com? Well, I know, Big Daddy, I haven't. Tell me what it is. Shudder.com is where you get all your horror, your thrillers, all that good stuff. It is the Netflix of horror. And you go to our website and you enter C+, that's CPLUS, at shudder.com/podcast. Enter that code and you know what you get? No. What do you get? Well, let me tell you. You get 30 free days on us. And after that, you pay $5. $5? Yes, $5. $5 to make you holla, and some of those movies will make you holla. So go check us out. C+, there's our free code. Enter into that little box, and it's yours. Good? Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, that's enough. Anyway, let's get to the nitty gritty. Start with politics. Joe Biden picked his running mate, Kamala Harris, the woman who has put more minorities into jail cells than any other elected official besides Joe Biden. Oh, that's going to be a match made in heaven. Man, let's put it this way, folks. I give Joe credit. I really do. You know, but at the same time, I do. I give Joe credit because he picked Kamala Harris, not only because she's black, but she got in his face and she told him earlier, you know, when they were doing the whole, you know, talks and everything, whatever they're called. I can't think right now. I have too much coffee in my head and my brain, my body's like my blood vessels are overloaded with caffeine. But she told him that little story flat out of a little girl being busted different sections in LA and stuff like that, LA County. And she's told him flat out to his face that policy was due because of you. I remember him hanging his head and like shit. Because she was so truthful. And that's what he said he feels he needs as a running mate. He picked her. Honestly, I don't know what to think anymore. With politics, it's crazy. It's gonna get out of control real fast here, I feel, and I personally think we're all gonna be fucked for it in the end. Pretty bad. We're all gonna get fucked. And then with all this other shit with politicians, you know, especially the one thing about the wall where Trump's former people did the donations and, you know, they were build the wall, and his people just took the money and ran, but then they got caught. And now he's trying to say, oh, I had no idea that was going on. I don't participate in that. Of course you don't. I call bullshit. You know good and goddamn well. You know everything what your people are doing, whether you want to know it or not. So, motherfuckers are going to jail. All I gotta say is to all you Trump supporters whose names are being put on the list so you can get your refund back, keep that racism up. Oh my God. Let's see what else is going on in politics. Lots of shenanigans here in Flagstaff with the mayor and city council, and just this is going to be a shit show. We got Paul Deasy running for mayor. He's going to turn around and people like him because he wants to keep the minimum wage going up, while Charles Odegaard wants to bring it back down. Me personally, I hope they bring it back down. Why? Because as minimum wage has gone up, shit has gotten more expensive, which folks don't seem to get. They see, oh, we're going to get $15 an hour. Guess what? We can finally afford shit. No, you dumb fucks. We can't afford shit now because everyone has raised their prices to compensate for this. I tell people this all the damn time. I had more money when I was in high school. And when I was in high school, minimum wage, when I first got my first job at Burger King, minimum wage at that time, ladies and gentlemen, was like $3.25, $3.50. Okay. When I got my raise after a year, I was getting $4.25. I had more money in my fucking pocket as a high schooler. My checks were huge. I could afford shit. I could afford clothes, everything. I can't afford that now. I look at the checks I get now from my current job, and I'm thinking, what? Okay, with COVID, with people losing their jobs, companies cutting back hours and stuff like that. You can't afford shit. I can barely afford shit. I get 14 hours a week, and I'm barely surviving by the skin of my damn teeth. It's a good thing I get paid weekly, and I live in low income housing, or else I would be on the fucking streets right now. So the people who say that the minimum wage is a good thing, that is going up, fuck you. Do your homework, do your math, do your studying. Did I mention kiss my ass? Okay, let's hear it again. Kiss my ass. People don't seem to understand all money ain't good money. That is an old school street slang term. All money ain't good money. For those people who think that it's good money, that we're getting $15 an hour, you're stupid. That's all I got to say. You're stupid. And they keep saying, well, things will balance out eventually. Folks don't have till eventually. That's why shit is changing the way it is. That's why a lot of these corporations are going now. That's why here in Flagstaff, businesses are closing up and they're reopening. They're closing. They're reopening because partially it's due to the minimum wage. A lot of it has to do with the COVID. And I just think generally people don't know fucking money. That's my take. On to what are we going to talk about next? Let me look at my list. See, when Kyle's not here, I can't. Oh, I'm sorry, can't be. I'm sorry, I have to stay in character. Fuck that. When Kyle's not here, this is what happens. I kind of get like, can't play off of him. So, comic books, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin. This is a story that goes back years from the original creators who came up with this idea of a dystopian world where there's only one last Ninja Turtle. No one knows who it is, and he's out for revenge. It was shelved for a long time, and he recently brought it back up. And from what I've heard about it so far is it's like the end all be all Ninja Turtle stories, because it has the original creators on it. I've seen some of the artwork on it so far from previews. If you go to previews.com, you'll see like maybe 4 pages. You don't know who it is. You don't know who this last Ninja Turtle is. But from what I understand about the script, he really didn't make that many changes. Eastman was ahead of his time. He guessed about what was going to happen in the future with technology and everything, and he was pretty spot on. He just maybe jumped the storyline, I think, ahead a few decades, and I personally can't wait. Personally, this is one of those speculator books I feel right now that that comic book owners are going to try to push on people, where they say, "Oh, if you got to get this, you got to get this." Well, I gotta, of course, I want to read a good story, and I know the price is going to go through the roof for issue number 1 for all the issues practically, and that's cool. I haven't seen not speculation, excitement for a comic book in a long time, especially this book. I am a Teenage Ninja Yeah, I can't even talk. Okay, calm down, Philip. Get the coffee. Fill the coffee. Don't let the coffee fill you. All right. So I've been a Ninja Turtles fan for a long ass time before they were the pizza chomping ass motherfuckers. When they all had their one mask and you can only tell who is who by the distinguishment of their weapons. And the Last Ronin, you don't know who this is because this turtle has all the weapons. No, you have no idea. I know who my pick is. Donatello, just for some damn reason. And I only picked Donatello because Donatello was like the no who okay. Yeah, Donatello was the happy go lucky one, if I remember. Jesus Christ, this caffeine has me jacked up. All right. We're gonna go to the handy dandy computer. We're gonna look this shit up. If I remember, Donatello is the happy go lucky one if I'm going by the TV series. Because in the original comic book series, they were all pretty fucking hardcore. The ones that we see the hardcore style was the Batman TMNT team up. Excuse me. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Donatello, Donnie. Huh. Okay. Donnie is the sci-fi brain one in the new one. He is a little bit of a more happy-go-lucky one. And so we got Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and okay. Good shit. Good shit. Let's just put it this way. I can't wait for the goddamn story. No matter what, I just can't wait for the damn story because no one knows who it is. It'll probably surprise everyone in the end if it is Donatello because the happy-go-lucky one is just a ruthless badass in the 4 pages that I've seen so far. Man, damn, just can't wait. Marvel Comics. Well, fuck Marvel Comics for a second. There's a comic book I'm reading right now, and I mentioned it several times. It's by Greg Rucka and Michael Lark. It's called Lazarus, and it's published by Image Comics, but it's owned by Greg Rucka and Michael Lark. If you don't know who Greg Rucka is, think of Stumptown. Think of he used to do Batman. He did Wonder Woman. He's a huge feminist. He loves strong women characters, but that doesn't stop him from making just cool ass books. Period. Lazarus is based in the world, and he just had this crazy idea of what if the top richest families in the world ended up ruling the world, and it boiled down to maybe like 8 or 10. When he first started doing the comic book, he was doing his research. There's like 100 and some odd families who owned all the wealth in the world. When he got to issue, I think 4 or 5, it was 82. Not too long ago, he did another check to see how many families were the richest families in the world. I think he says boiled down now to 32, and it keeps getting smaller and smaller. In the world of Lazarus, these the top rich families own sectors. So the Carlisle family is the one that this is focusing around. Forever Carlisle, who is the Lazarus. The Lazarus are the knights, kind of like the knights of these families who go out, they're like their muscle. They go out and do their dirty work for them. Forever Carlisle is the one who is the Carlisle Lazarus. And they own practically all of North America except for Mexico. There's one that runs Africa in each major continent. But, they go to war with each other sometimes. Families are absorbed into others due to hostile takeover. And, oh boy, he says that he has to take breaks once in a while because the book gets too real. It does. The book gets too fucking real. And the current storyline, I'm not going to lie, it's fucked up. It's... It is, oh boy. Just read it, folks. If you need help, I ain't gonna lie. I'll tell you right now. If you need help getting the book, let me know. there's back issues out there. I'll buy them myself and I'll send them to you. This is a book that you have to read in order to really get the full understanding of it. A dystopian future that's fucked up. The top richest families in the world have taken over and they rule with an iron fist, almost like little kingdoms, and it just gets worse. Marvel Comics has their newest venture, Empire. So the Kree and the Skrull finally united, and they're coming for Earth. Big whoop-de-doo. I haven't read the Marvel comic in years. I'm not gonna lie. The only one I was reading honestly was Black Panther. Surprise, surprise. Then I had kind of let that go by the wayside because rent comes before comics. Hint, hint, can be. I'm kidding, bro. DC, I don't know. DC is doing their fucking creator shuffle again. It's every time I turn around, they're doing something, some kind of creative shuffle, some kind of bullshit. And I read, Frank Miller's Superman Year One. Not what I really expected. I had to read it 3 times to finally, and it's on their Black Label, which is now discontinued because DC Warner Brothers went in there. They just started chopping shit up because they're trying to do, from what my perspective is, Warner Brothers just trying to be Disney. We want full control of this shit. You can't do nothing with our say so. If it's in the movies, we want it to be in the comic books, which is what basically Marvel's doing. And I'm not going to say nothing else nice about it. But anyway, Superman Year One, not what I expected. I give it a 3 out of 5. And that's being nice. Story was good, but it's typical Frank Miller. Lots of talking. You don't know who in the hell's talking. You don't know if it's someone, if it's the character talking. You don't know if it's the narrator. You don't know sometimes. And he did give Clark what I thought was finally his just due. He still talked, because being in Kansas, Smallville, Kansas, they talk like country folk, redneck. He still kept that. He still kept that little flavor of him into his comic book, which I thought was cool. Because I always thought that, Superman would always have that little country twang when he spoke, and instead of sounding like, oh, Mr. Prim and proper white boy. Shit. Hello, ma'am. I'm going to come rescue you out this tree now, okay? Seriously, that's how Clark sounds like. And then, of course, he has the love affair with the mermaid. And yeah, I'm not going to spoil it too much for y'all. Just y'all go check it out. Comic book wise, I'm actually starting to get back into comic books. I have a very select few that I get, not too much. I don't go overboard like some fucking people because I ain't got that kind of money right now. But when I do, oh yeah, I want to go overboard all over again. It's just a love that I'm glad can be brought back out of me because you got to treat yourself right. And being a storyteller myself, I miss reading stories. I miss there's something about picking up a comic book, that smell, that feel. But I call, as you guys know, I always give him shit because he always thought I'm a purist. I'm never going to get digital comic books. We share his comicsology. You ought to see this boy's list. Well, he had no choice after COVID hit. The comic book shop pretty much, they closed down. The comic books stopped being printed. Marvel's Empire is pretty much being distributed on a weekly basis now. I had to make Can-B understand that when the Age of Ultron comic book came out by Brian Michael Bendis, they had a new policy where they had to publish, if they're going to do a mini series like that, up 3 to 4 books written, drawn ahead of time, and then they would start releasing them to give the creators enough time to breathe, and just in case something fucked up. And that's how they're doing Empire. Everything's done. They're just going to release it week by week. Plus, they're doing to compete with DC. DC is the company to beat right now. The 3 Jokers, I read a free issue with that. Holy shit. That's all I'm gonna say. No, that's not all I'm gonna say. I have a theory. Everyone's had this theory for the longest time because they never seen the some bitches in the same room, and I still feel the same way like a whole bunch of other people do. Uh, well, I just found out Alfred's dead. Alfred's been killed. Lucius Fox has stepped in to be the new take over as what Alfred was doing. Uh, I call bullshit on that too. One of the Jokers is Alfred. Bet money one of those some bitches comes out to be Alfred, and I think they're going to do it on purpose just to mess with people or to give people their satisfaction because everyone has said for years Alfred is Joker. Alfred is bad. Did I say Alfred is Batman first? Yeah, I did. So Alfred is Joker. He's going to come out to be one of them. The other one who I heard that could possibly be one of the Jokers is Rorschach. They've hinted and teased at that too for quite a while. Just gotta wait and see. It's starting to be good shit. And then Grant Morrison's Green Lantern, I read some of that. Kyle doesn't like it. I personally love it because he's away from Earth. He's doing his job. He's protecting other sectors. He's actually like, hey, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, bitch, you're supposed to be protecting a whole galaxy, your sector, not just Earth. Okay? The Earth sector has what? Jon Stewart, I think Guy Gardner still, and then of course, oh my God, why can't I think of his Hal Jordan? Of course, Kyle Rayner, that's Kyle's favorite. I don't know if he's dead or if he's went away or he's playing with himself somewhere. He's waiting for him to come back. It ain't going to happen. Not going to happen. But speaking of something that is going to happen, I don't know about y'all. Cyberspace 2077. That game, people were excited about the game. Of course, us hardcore gamers, we were just like, hell yeah, we finally get a fucking cyberpunk game, blah blah blah. It's going to come out finally, but it didn't gain popularity or traction until it was announced one of the characters in there is Keanu Reeves. Then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh man, Phil, did you hear about cyberspace 2077? Yes, bitch, I heard about cyberspace 2077. And of course I get the, God, you're mean. No, I'm not mean. Just I knew about his fucking ass coming into it way before you did. And honestly, I didn't care that he was coming into it. I just want my fucking cyberpunk game. That's all I want. Oh my God. I sound like Flicks. Pop Flicks. I want me. I shit. Half-ass elitist, huh? Oh my God. What other video games coming out? The Avengers video game? Nah, I don't know. I've seen it. I'm not thrilled. I'm not gonna buy it. I'll wait till I hear some other shit come out about it and maybe I'll buy it. I used to want a Switch, a Nintendo Switch. Not anymore. Not anymore. Nintendo recently kept saying that they want to be competitive with the new systems. But like Bungie and Sega and a couple of video games called them out recently, told them, well, stop making these bullshit ass systems. We're not regressing our technology to satisfy you. And they shouldn't have to. No, they're trying to be, they're still trying to be cutesy and shit like that and everything. No, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, I have those systems. GameCube, I miss my GameCube. GameCube was cool. No, Nintendo 64, I still got that. I still rock the shit out of that. The Wii had potential if they would have went originally what they were supposed to do, and that was go, DVD. Put the games on DVD instead of them old funky ass upgraded CD discs. And then they went damn slim ass cartridges. Well, they did go DVD with the Wii U. That system, I think that was going to be their competitor system. I do. That system had fucking potential, and I think they blew it with that one. I do. I think they completely blew it with that one. I think that it was they were gaining a hardcore gamer base because of Smash Brothers and other games like that. But nah, we get the Switch. Switch is more for people who want the casual, cute games and shit like that still. And I don't know, my taste ain't really like that no more. I know it's not about me, but they're missing a whole fan base that I wish that they wouldn't ignore, and it's costing them. It's costing them. They got Elder Scrolls, Skyrim. Whoop de fucking do. That's all I gotta say. Whoop de fucking do. That game is so damn old, and with number 6 around the corner, about a year and a half, where they're showing like the screen, like the graphics of it. I've seen the graphics of it recently, like the little tests, and that game, I feel that game is going to come out beautifully. Whatever system Nintendo has coming out in the next couple years to try to be competitive with, the Sony and the Microsoft game stations, I hope they bring it. If not, they're going to get left in the motherfucking dust. You heard it. They're going to get left in the motherfucking dust. And that's exactly where they deserve if they continue to be chicken shit the way they are. I shouldn't be so hard on Nintendo because I still, like I said, I still rock those old Nintendo systems. But it's a shame I have to rock the old Nintendo systems to have some kind of fun out of them. I still feel that they should be competitive like they used to be. Nintendo, who here remembers when Nintendo was the brand? Well, probably like old heads like me. A lot of our listeners are younger generation, about Kyle's age. They're more rocking the new generation of Game Boy Advances, Game Boy Colors, the 3DS and shit like that. I didn't get none of that shit. I'm old school gamer. Give me a storyline, give me good gameplay. You'll make me happy as a runaway slave, papers and all. Not half of this new shit. I used to be ready for the remake of Final Fantasy VII. Looks beautiful, looks gorgeous, but it's not the same gameplay like it used to be. And to me, it's like Final Fantasy VII meets Final Fantasy 15. And that should tell you enough about how Final Fantasy VII, the remake, is going to play. It was originally going to be on the new Xbox system as well, but I don't know what happened. I don't know how much money Sony paid Square Enix to say nope, exclusive is us still. 13 was on Xbox. I remember it was on Xbox 360, but they were like, bitches, you better be glad this is all you're getting. Sorry, I'm taking a quick swig of my beer. What else is going on in this world? There's a lot of shit going on in this world. From video games to computers to Tesla, up in their launch date to do a manned mission to Mars. In the next 2 years, they're progressing with their technology really, really fast, which has a lot of people worried. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not worried one bit. That's progress. Do it. That man wants to go to Mars. He wants to die on Mars. I remember I was watching a podcast with him about a month ago when the science podcast. He was he was like in the little somber mood. He was like, he goes, my dream to go to Mars may not happen in this lifetime because I'm meeting resistance. I'm getting resistance at every end. The only place where he's not getting resistance is back home. I guess he's from South Africa. South Africa wants to start being competitive with the world, more technology based and everything. So go back home and do it there. Shit. Go. I would. Shit. The man has enough money to start his own goddamn, start his own NASA. Shit. Why not? Good stuff. If I had that much money like that, I would. Actually, there'd be so many things I would do with that money. I wouldn't be trying to go out in space. I'd be trying to make life better here for everyone on this little spaceship we called Earth. I would, as I told a friend, I would make Wakanda. Yes, I would make Wakanda. And of course, he turns around and tells me, go ahead and make Wakanda. That way all your asses go over there and stay where you are. Yeah, he's I don't say he's racist. It's just that he has his points of view. And he's just mad. He's mad because he feels that we shouldn't be fighting over race, that we're all one race. But he also understands that there's some shit going on between black folks and the police and the law here in America that's just not cool. So he does understand that. But he also says that we should fight to try to make a unified country. I don't know. Don't get me started. I'm not going to get started on that because I can go on and on and on. And you guys are probably want to hear about something else, like my sexy ass. I'm kidding. No, seriously, back to Tesla. You know, Elon Musk should start his own NASA. Excuse me. Go back home to South Africa. Do the damn thing. He's trying to be too dependent on and in America to get his dream. You know, to get his dream of going into space. Sure, he's doing like if one of my other friends said the same thing. He's trying to be Tony Stark. He's using the government to further his causes. Well, yeah, but that's where the fucking money's at, you know. But yet we complain about food stamps, housing, and stuff like that when half of our money, our tax money, we don't even know where the fuck that's going. But yet we complain about other bullshit, but we don't complain about the dark stuff that happens behind closed doors with our money in dark government. But you know, people don't want to hear that. oh, DC. That's what I want to talk about Warner Brothers and DC. So, if you guys, huge spoiler alert. Okay, the last the Justice League Dark movie, Apocalypse War, ended pretty much the same way as Flashpoint. They keep fucking up. So they send Flash back to make another Flashpoint because the Earth is wrecked. Apocalypse won. He got what he wanted. He fucked the Earth up. So Constantine, his bastard self tells, Wally West, mate, you got to do it. Go back and change time and let's get this right. Not Wally West. I'm sorry, not Wally. Barry Allen. He tells Barry Allen, go back, make another flashpoint so we can start over. And the movie ends like that. And it's sad because it's like, damn, you guys didn't learn shit, did you? Not a damn thing. But there's a whole new cartoon series coming out of this. So it is going to start with Man of Tomorrow. And from what I've read and from the looks of it, if you guys, for any of you comic book fans, it closely resembles like the new Earth 1 series that came out, starting with Superman Earth 1 and then Batman Earth 1 and then Wonder Woman Earth 1, which I really hope that they make that into a series. If you guys haven't read Wonder Woman Earth 1, Grant Morrison writes it, and he writes it from a perspective where Diana comes from a true Amazon race where they don't even speak English. She has to learn English. She has to learn the whole ropes, and she's learning. And of course, she meets Steve Trevor, which a lot of folks did get pissed off about that because yes, he's a brother. Sorry, he's a brother. She got jungle fever. So the books are going to come out. The movies that are supposed to come out of this new animated series is Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and then it's going to be followed by a new Batman, a new Wonder Woman, and if I remember correctly, Teen Titans. Teen Titans, Earth 1, I feel was the best book out of all of them. That whole series is badass. Me and Ken B getting arguments about that because he liked Batman, but he also liked the Legion of Superheroes Earth 1. That book was bad. That book was shit. That book was pretty tight. I thought he was going to say Green Lantern Earth 1. He liked it, but he liked the Legion of Superheroes better, which I was really kind of tripped out about it. I kind of looked at him sideways a few times and asked him, how much have you been drinking, big head boy? Oh, I've been drinking. I can change my mind if I want to. Oh, whatever. Been drinking. So, yep, that's a new series that's going to come out of that, folks. Marvel animation kind of stopped because, well, let's face it, their animation compared to DC animation sucks. Yeah, they suck. Just like Marvel movies own DC movies. That's why I think DC should stick to the damn TV shows, because they know what they're doing on that. And Marvel TV shows, yeah, they need some fucking work. For those who did keep up with Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I am close to watching the final episode because it's done. Chloe Bennett, they asked her if they did another, if they revived her character, would she come back and do Marvel? She said, fuck no. She didn't say, no, I would refuse. No, she said, fuck no. I don't blame her. That whole Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing was supposed to be a crossover reference point between, you know, the Marvel movies and them. She put their asses on blast at one of the Comic Cons, one of the San Diego Comic Cons, and because they asked her, you know, are you excited to work with any of the you know, other actors from the movies? Well, yeah. She goes, well, yeah, if they ever decide to put them in there. So yeah, she put them on blast while they were all in the same room, and she goes, yeah, we're supposed to be working with Tony Stark. We're supposed to have this person. We're supposed to have this person. She goes, and she shrugged her shoulders. She goes, if you know where they're at, tell them to come on. And of course, you know, all the writers are sitting there like, God damn it, shut up. You know, Kevin Feige, he was sitting right there. And then they asked him, oh, so yeah, what is the deal with that? He was like, you know, it's hard to coordinate those events with the movies and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. And she kind of said flat out, she goes, bullshit. We're on the same set. We're on the same lot. What's the problem? So they're full of shit. They knew they could have done it. I just think it was contracts and money. You know, they had Sif. Sif had a few appearances on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it was pretty fucking cool. But after a while, even the actress who played Sif, she even got tired of that shit. And yeah, they fucked up. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, that's enough beer drinking because I'm going to get my booze and we're going to start going off on shit. I don't want to do that. I want to make this fun. I hope y'all had fun with me. All I need to do is just start getting into the feeling of it, the motion, everything, and you know, it just starts coming out. You know, because I've missed you guys. I'm not on here as much doing solo stuff as I should be with massage school and everything. You know, it's kind of, you know, a lot of stuff had to take a back seat. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got burned out. I really did. Trying to build a brand, trying to find stuff that works to get our name out there, you know, trying to keep up with KMB with his energy. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I got tired. I really did. And, you know, the podcasting business, there is a niche for everybody. There really is. I think once we really buckle our shit down and get our niche going, you know, I mean, honestly, he can run the whole business by himself doing Juggalo stuff. You know, that Juggalo vlog, his reviews and stuff like that, those are badass. I fucking love them. He gets hits, he gets reviews. Personally, if it was me, I sit back and I let him just do his thing, and I let these artists take advantage of my boy's kindness. And I know some of you jokers out there are taking advantage of my boy's kindness. And if it was up to me, your asses would be paying him for your reviews. Some of you have contacted him saying, well, hey, go ahead and buy the album and then give us a review and then we'll send you some swag and something like that. Fuck you. You pay him. But that would be me. Yes, I did start some shit. I don't fucking care. That's my boy. This is our business. This is the social vent. I'm social venting about it. So, with that being said, don't play my boy. Seriously, don't blame my boy, Ross. You gotta deal with me, and I'm the one you do not want to deal with. I still love y'all. Don't get me wrong, but don't play my boy. It's not pretty. One other thing, wrestling. Who here has been watching wrestling? I don't miss the crowds. I don't. I like the way they're doing wrestling right now. You know, NXT, WWE, Raw, damn, AEW, all these other wrestling promotions that are, live recording, that are recording or whatever they're doing, and then doing what they're doing with it. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it like this right now. Well, it's definitely making WWE, it's making Vince's punk ass say, oh, I guess we, gotta up our storylines now. We can't do all the shit we were doing before. No, you can't, because people are seeing that live. We're seeing it live, even though it's recorded. And by that I mean he can't go with these bullshit storylines anymore. He has to come, he has to come correct his damn self. He has to come, he can't be, just half-assing it. And to me, I'm not gonna lie, he was half-assing it. You can tell when Triple H was in charge, which is NXT 24/7, because NXT to me blows SmackDown and Raw out the fucking water. The only reason why I watch Raw right now is, yes, because of the Hurt Business. Finally, they got my boy Lashley away from that bitch. They're actually making him viable again. And I really really hope Vince kind of gets off his ass and lets the match happen. Lashley versus Lesnar. They don't want, Brock even said one time in an interview a couple years ago when they brought back Lashley, he wanted to have a match against Lashley after all this time, but he wanted a legitimate MMA match, like during at WrestleMania, stuff like that. I'm like, boy, Cain Velasquez, beat your ass, and he made you his bitch because you had a big ass mouth. Overeem just, oh my God, he decimated Lesnar. And the 12 fights I saw, the 12-0 fights I saw Lashley in, was it 12-0? We can check real quick, folks. I think it was 12-0. I don't know. He had 12 fights, but in all those fights, he decimated his opponents. So I think Brock Lesnar didn't even have that many damn fights. He honestly didn't. I know. When Frank Muir, when he made his ass submit, that shit cracked me up, because he took him. He didn't take him seriously. He thought that Frank was gonna be a little bitch. Frank wasn't no bitch. Frank manhandled. He didn't manhandle. He just fought smart, and he made his ass tap by ankle submission. Oh, that was fucking hilarious to see that motherfucker in later interviews talking all kinds of shit. And the only reason why he got Frank the way he did, because he did his little ground and pound. If it was a straight up fight like last time, Frank would have got his ass again. That's why he had to take Frank down to the ground. But I digress. My bad, folks. So Lashley, Lesnar. There's even a petition.com petition going around for Vince McMahon to make that match. And if you hear kind of that crazy music in the background, folks, that's me in my living room. I just have Destiny 2 on. Yes, for those who have Xbox Live, Magana for Life. Play with me. Magana, the number 4, Life. Life. I'm always on Destiny. I am. I don't really, because all my other games I was playing, Fallout and Fallout 4, but that shit, there's only so many characters and shit like that you can make on something like that. And plus, the game was too linear. It wasn't like Fallout 3 or New Vegas. It wasn't like those games where you could just be whatever you want to and go anywhere you wanted to and just have a good old time. Nope. Fallout 4 was just, you can tell Fallout 4 was just a big ass experiment. So was Skyrim. Skyrim was a big ass experiment too. You can just tell just by the linear style. They're like, okay, let's try this. Yeah, they fucked up on those, but I understand that. Fallout 5, which they hinted at is in production, and the new Elder Scrolls is going to be going back to this old traditional style, not linear, but it's going to be more open characterization, more fun stuff. Back to Lesnar, Lashley. Boy, see how distracted I easily fucking get? God damn it. Okay. Let us know who your pick would be in the comments below. Lesnar versus Lashley. Would it be a traditional wrestling match? Would they mix it up like a Lions Den match? For those, for those old heads like me, y'all remember the Lions Den match? They only had two of them. They've only had two Lions Den matches, and each one has been fucking badass. Or should it be more along the veins of, remember the Brawl for All? Vince's attempt of having the WWE wrestlers kind of have like a tough man contest fight. That shit was pretty cool because I mean they were like, okay, whoever wins, and wasn't Billy Gunn, his brother ended up winning the whole damn thing because he ended up knocking out Steve Williams, Dr. Death Steve Williams. Everyone thought, there was like, oh, Dr. Death Steve Williams is going to take it. And that gun boy knocked that motherfucker out. Oh, that shit was hilarious. And then the final match was, of course, Butterbean and the Gun Twin. And that was a mess. That was a mess. Embarrassed the shit out. Vince, I think Vince stopped. Well, Vince did stop that. As I read that, it embarrassed the shit out of him. He was thinking, his boys are going to come in and clean house. But nope, that kind of stopped careers because he got pissed off and whatnot. And I remember one of the wrestlers said, well, since you're so goddamn tough, won't you get up in there? Show us how it's done. Yeah, I've heard lots of stories about Vince like that, just trying to be an overall tough guy and taking, challenging other wrestlers and stuff like that. That's why I couldn't work for Vince. Me and that motherfucker would come to blows every day. We would. I would make no money because I'd be sitting in a jail cell every day. What'd you do now, Philip? Oh, it's just Vince, his mouth. Just talking about that shit. I just had to, just pop his ass one as usual. Nothing new. Oh, okay, Phil. Well, your cell's right there. Okay, see you guys in the morning. See, they would know. Knock Vince's ass out. Fuck that motherfucker. Triple H, though, he was the one who I heard for years that people said, oh, he's, he buries wrestlers. He does this. He does that. I don't know. He doesn't seem like the type who do stuff like that. But then again, that's just me. He could be a whole complete different person now. He damn sure respects the business. He has respect of his peers. Well, not all of them. He doesn't have respect of all of them, but for the most part, yeah, he has respect of all of them, from all of them. He just busted his ass to get to where he was, and I respect him for that. And I hope he continues. I hope he continues to do right by NXT and, get some wrestling in. None of this sports entertainment bullshit. Some wrestling. That's why I watch NXT. I cringe when even the NXT wrestlers even said, "Oh, we're gonna move it up to the main roster." And see, that's the funny thing is they can't even call it the main roster anymore because NXT is doing better than the main so-called main rosters. So that's why they have NXT as a viable threat. That's why a lot of wrestlers now are going back to NXT because they wrestle and I fucking love it. A lot of them want to stay there. Rhea Ripley, yeah, she had no business in WWE. She can't keep up. Well, maybe she can because she can barely keep up in NXT right now. That's just me. Ember Moon is supposed to be going back to NXT. Oh yes, I hope she does. That's my girl. KMB would probably argue otherwise, but that's just KMB. I love him anyway. He's gonna have fun editing this shit. He's gonna be like, "Were you drunk again?" Well, I did have a couple shots of tequila while recording this. Yes, I did have a beer. So I think that's why I'm going to end this, folks, because I feel good. I'm going to go play some goddamn Destiny 2. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this Friday evening. That's going into Saturday when you guys hear this. So guess what? Oh, that's another thing I can hear him running his mouth about. Man, come on, it's supposed to be now. You're not supposed to say this stuff. Shut up. I'm the CEO. I'll say what I want. Just like you can keep all that goddamn ramen and don't share with me except give me a fucking bag. I do what I want. And with that, folks, You have a very, very beautiful night. Don't let the bullshit out there get to you. Continue to be safe. COVID is real. I don't give a damn about your conspiracy theories. Okay? There's people dying. And I've lost some family members and friends due to that bullshit. So have other people. So please, just be kind to each other. Let's just get through this together. And before we know it, we're going to have a new paradigm. We're already in a new paradigm. I don't want shit to go back to normal. I want shit to progress. I want all of us to be progressive and loving with each other and caring about each other like we're supposed to, not as Americans, but as fellow fucking human beings. Think we can do that? I think we can. I think we also just get video games, have kegers, and fuck. That's just me. Adults only. Yeah. Let me throw that in there. Adults only, because I don't want people to think, oh, you just anybody, huh? No, you fucking perverts. Jesus. My people, I love y'all. Anyway, y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. Do you, be you. And as always, check us out. How this can be said, share with your grandma, share with your grandpa, share with the bum behind Walmart. And as always, in Swahili, nah, not Swahili, I don't even know Swahili. When in doubt, fuck your motherfucking couch. Boy.